impending ban on single-use plastics will deal a death blow to the humble straws from July 1st, and it has left FMCG companies selling small packs of juices and dairy products in a tizzy. With just a week to go for the ban to come into effect, intense lobbying is still underway by some stakeholders to get the deadline extended. Every year, 6 billion small packs between the sizes of 75 to 250 ml with juice, milk, coffee, buttermilk, lassi and other beverages are sold with plastic straws attached to them, a market that is estimated to be worth 6,000 crore rupees. Such integrated plastic straws account for just 0.05% of the total single-use plastic in terms of volumes. Yet, the stark reality is that plastic straws take up to 200 years to decompose, and they break into smaller plastics and can be ingested in marine life. In contrast, paper straws decompose within 2 to 6 weeks. The companies that are impacted most are the big ones like Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, Parle Agro and Dabur India. Their concern is that India does not produce the required paper straws. Action Alliance for Recycling Beverage Cartons or AARC, an industry group that represents some of the major beverage producers, had demanded that plastic straws be exempted from the ban on single-use plastics from next month, but changed its stance in May. Still, it sought an extension of 18 months for the transition. Most consumers are familiar with the experience of using paper straws for cold coffees or milkshakes. They become soggy even before the drink is over. So making resilient paper straws of smaller diameters is another challenge. Companies are compelled to import paper straws, which are 4 to 7 times more expensive than their food-grade plastic counterparts. Fruity and Appy maker Parle Agro CEO Shauna Chauhan said that extending the deadline by 6 months was critical for developing local manufacturing capacities. While the company has started importing paper straws for now, she said it is an unsustainable option and the economics just does not match up for a 10 rupee product. She said that 80% of integrated straws are recycled and countries like China and Thailand have allowed their use. Chauhan further said it was not clear what would happen to the current stocks if the ban was enforced. Dairy giant Amul, which clocked sales of 61,000 crore rupees in FY22, also urged the government to delay the ban by 1 year, saying the move will have a negative impact on farmers and milk consumption, while also warning of sales disruptions. Citing global capacity constraints and logistical drawbacks, Parle Agro warned that the industry might have to close factory operations if the deadline is not extended. There is a global shortage of paper straws. Only China, Indonesia and some European countries make them, and India comes low on their priority list. And for those who are trying to import machines to make paper straws locally, it is a 1-year wait. The CEO of AARC, Praveen Agarwal, estimates that imports can meet only 25% of the country's demand by this year's end. Can companies choose to ship the products without a straw or change the packaging to spout pouches instead?
Yes, there is going to be massive disruption from 1st July. In case the industry does not get the transition time, the consumers are going to face certain hardship. The retailers, distributors, everybody is going to face a lot of difficulties in removing the stock from the shelves as well. Companies are trying very hard to replace integrated plastic straws with either domestically manufactured paper straws or imported paper straws or even compostable plastic straws. Having said that, changing the packaging design is time consuming and long process. It's also a very costly process. On top of that, for products priced at 5, 8, 10, 15 rupees, we also have to look at packages which provide comfort, economy, and convenience to the consumers, which many other alternative packaging formats may not allow. Shipping the products without straw, of course, is a possibility, but is not the preferred alternative at all, as the consumer is going to be inconvenienced. The safety and hygiene aspect of the package is likely to get compromised.
Environmentalists, on the other hand, argue that ample time has been given to the industry to find the appropriate substitutes for plastic straws. The phasing out of these straws was initially notified by the Central Pollution Control Board way back in 2018, fixing 2020 as the deadline for doing so. The present deadline of July 1 was set almost a year ago in August 2021. Compostable straws made of paper and cornstarch-based polylactic acid are now being commonly used in many other countries. Nestle India has already started attaching imported paper straws with its cold coffee packs and Milo range of products. Despite months of lobbying, the government has not relented, and it is not expected to either, since such plastic straws are only one of the 22 single-use plastic products that are banned from July.
The entire industry, the vendors have been working on the alternative solutions for few years. These innovations and solutions take much longer than a few months. For instance, the process of identifying the right molecule for manufacturing compostable plastic straws, that's again very tedious research and development effort. And once this molecule has been tested, it has to undergo validation from regulatory authorities. And we still believe that government will respect industry's concerns and find some solution.
An Indian packaging company is setting up a plant with technology from the Netherlands that will be able to meet the entire domestic demand of paper straws by the peak season next year. Until then, FMCG players hope the government will heed their last-minute demand as they stare at disruption in supply of juices and drinks with the ban nearing.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.